We've been talking about the issues that's going on with our hair, and it's been a whole week of me talking about the effects of the hair. You seen what's underneath those hairstyles that we're doing, our quick weaves and different things like that. And so we can't leave out the corporate in all of this, the hair itself, and what does that come with as well. Now, I want to say this: not all hair weaves and hair wigs have carcinogens and different things like that, but a large uh, amount of them do. And the reason, the ones that a lot of us tend to buy, because sometimes we think that if it's expensive, then okay, we're good. Or we think that the store, that's what I'm talking about, the expensive, not the ones, because you know the good quality ones. They have some really good quality, high end hair that doesn't have all those chemicals in it. But for the ones that do, we need to pay attention to it. The all of those things is like a machine. We got the bad practices. We're keeping the hair in for long periods of time. We're ignoring the signs when we're having allergic reactions, scalp disorders. We continue to put the different ones in, and so I wanted to just talk about as well what kind of hair and what they have in the hair real quick, and then I'm gonna play. Y'all know I'm gonna play a quick video because I love it. All right, so what do they have? The common chemicals in the hair it weaves and the wigs are alkaline coatings. The alkaline coatings are used to strip cuticles and remove lice. That's what they have in it. Formaldehyde or formaldehyde releasing preservatives. So a lot of you are like, I'm using a protective style, I'm getting away from relaxers. Technically, no. Flame retardants required for shipping or storage. Textile dyes and color fixatives. Um, Antimicrobial treatments to prevent mold during transport. These are the chemicals that are in the hair weaves. These are in the synthetic hair and things like that. Latex and acrylics, and lace, wig caps, and adhesives. Okay. So I want to talk about that. Now, many of the synthetic and low cost human hair products are created with chemicals before the sale. So sometimes when you go into those beauty supply stores too, where they tell you, oh, this is 100% human hair, and they have it look like it, and then you take it out, it's all thin and stuff. It's always intertwined. A lot of times, I don't want to say always, but a lot of times it's intertwined with synthetic hair. All right, so those are low grade hair as well. And so I want to make it real fast. I don't want to keep this a long video. Okay. Okay. Signs your scalp is reacting. Moderate reactions are flaking that looks like dandruff, but it isn't. Scalp tenderness or pain. Excessive shedding after removal. Oil and dry scalps stimulate simultaneously. So it's like you oiling it plus and it's still dry scalp. Severe oozing or crusting, blisters or sores, patchy hair loss, persistent inflammation, scarring, alopecia, headaches, systematic side effects, not just the hair. Now it's talking about your body. Headaches, sinus irritations, eye watering. I have seen that. Nausea, brain fog, asthma like symptoms. Why? Because, ladies, it's getting into our skin. Remember, our scalp is a part of our body, it's skin. So remember that as well. And let's see why we keep wearing it. Immediate cosmetic results. We instantly look gorgeous and fabulous, right? But we still look gorgeous and fabulous with our own hair. Social and professional pressure. Everybody else doing it. People get picked on when they are wearing their natural hair. So I can understand that. Fear of natural hair visibility. Remember, I did this whole thing on we hide behind our hair. Mm-hmm. Damage hidden under installs. A lot of you, if somebody pulled that wig off or that lace or take that sewing out, you'll be in trouble. Lack of education from unlicensed hairstylists. So those are some of the reasons why. I'm going to play this quick video. I pray this helps you. If any of you, I see you guys are signing up for consultations, that is great. If any of you looking at this video and you see signs that you're dealing with the same issues, go ahead and not inbox me, go ahead and click the link and go ahead and sign up for your consultation. And y'all know I pray this video helps you. So I just want to continue. I didn't want to keep
Everybody, I'm back with another one. Let's talk about poisons in your hair weaves and how to reduce risk and be more aware. Now let's head over to the blog and see what we have to say about that. Now, beautiful styles we get through weaves and synthetic hair often come with chemical risks. You know, the heavy metals, the VOCs, the carcinogens, and the plastic-related toxins. These aren't just abstract concerns. These are documented health risks, especially with cumulative and repeated exposure. Now, here's some ways we can reduce the risk and be more informed, okay? So number one, check the ingredients labeling. Be aware of the vague terms like fragrance and proprietary blend or formaldehyde releasing agents. Seek products from transparent brands that list all the chemicals, all right? Number two, prefer high quality human hair that has been minimally processed. Virgin or Remy hair tends to have the fewer synthetic additives. Even the human hair weaves might be bleached or dyed, so it's still worth checking, okay? So avoid or limit the heating on hair. So when sealing the ends, high heat can release the VOCs and the formaldehyde or degrade the synthetic fibers. So use lower heat or air seal methods when possible, okay? So you want to ensure good ventilation. Do treatments in well-ventilated spaces, open windows, fans, to reduce the inhalation of the released gases. And shorter wear time. Try to avoid keeping the synthetic hair in for excessively long periods. Wash and replace as needed to avoid the buildup of the toxins and the irritants. Hope this was helpful. Darren from the Beauty Shop. Stay safe and stay beautiful, my friends. Peace.
Love it. And last but not least, ladies, I know I saw some videos. I may pop her up or whatnot. Only place I know that they're doing, they're sacrificing their hair is in India. And some of those women are not doing it willingly. For you guys that think that the Brazilian hair and whatever different hairs that they have, those hairs are being processed like the different cultures that they have of the weave. That is not, no, you can go to Brazil, they're not over there sacrificing hair. So I just wanted to put that out too, because I saw someone saying this hair from, like, it was like local Dominican Republic. I said, what Dominican is shaving their hair off? But if they are, y'all go ahead and put it in the comments and let me know. I pray that this video helps you guys. Don't forget to click the link to book your next consultation, okay? We are starting to book up, and I'm really excited about a lot of you ladies that are taking a step out and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to take care of my hair. It's nothing wrong with the hair weaves and extension. We just got to do it in moderation, and we got to understand the products that we're using on our hair. All right. See you guys next video. Bye.